Speaking then of 2021, how do you think that things are going to evolve over the next 12 months?
I think that's the sort of $1 million sort of question, and which I'm not sure that we know the answer to. When I look at this year, the landscape has changed on quite often a weekly basis, sometimes on a daily basis, going from virtual to hybrid and back again. And we're now just coming back into hybrid now. We're not currently talking to anybody about physical events in 2021. All of the conversations we're having are about hybrid. I was interested to see Oliver Dowden yesterday in Parliament said that he considers the events industry will be back to normal by Easter next year. Nobody would love that more than me, but I do have a question mark over whether that's achievable. I'm in, as you will be, in group 5, 6 or 7 for the vaccine. There's 60 million of us here, and we all need 2 shots, etc. And a lot of our delegates look like you and I. We're last on the list for the vaccine. So that has to happen first. Equally, I wonder about people's appetite in 2021 for actually getting together after the shock of COVID. Do we really want to go and sit in a room with 500 other people? I'm not sure that in 2021 that our delegates are necessarily going to rush to do that. That all sounds really sort of negative. But when I look at 2021, actually I look at 2021 with some sort of optimism, having sort of existed in this strange world for the last sort of 8 or 9 months. We said earlier that audiences are much better at receiving their comms in this way, and they're much better at digesting virtual content than they were back in March. The audience reaches are phenomenal. So we have clients who are expecting maybe an audience number of 400, and we've seen them achieve 800. We had a client 2 weeks ago that was expecting 800 and actually had an audience reach of 1,250. Now, these are on the sort of wider, sort of more open invite events, which can achieve those numbers. But that's really encouraging that we are seeing more people attending than certainly than you would do in a physical environment, but more people attending than our clients set out as a criteria. And one of their criteria is obviously is attendee numbers and return on investment. So I think the optimistic part about 2021 and virtual events is that clients are going to be able to reach more people, possibly more economically as well. The other surprising thing is the drop-off rate, and the risk of me sort of repeating this, the drop-off rate has flattened. There is almost no drop-off rate now at the end of virtual events, and that's such a surprise to us. Indeed, in the last 4 weeks, we've actually seen numbers increase towards the end, and that's kind of odd as well, because you think, well, where have you been? You joined at the start, left, and then rejoined at the end. But clients love that. They love the fact that people aren't. So I think that again gives me a sort of sense of optimism on 2021. My best guess and my hope is that we've seen the end of 100% virtual. Whilst I think we've had great success with 100% virtual, the hybrid model is so much better, and I think we will have the hybrid model for Q1 and Q2 in 2021. And then what my hope again is that as we hit Q3 and Q4, we start to see a kind of mush up between hybrid and live. So I would love to see hybrid events with a small audience of maybe 50 or 100 people. The other 900 or so are virtual, and I think that would be super impactful. It's better for the presenters, it's good for that live audience, and it will be good for the virtual audience. Who knows?